we're hearing reports of an incident at the Agnian Tower.
There's smoke without fire, right?
I've got what he wants. You get as many people out as you can.
The only thing that makes Tiny Jo happy in a house where her parents are often fighting is crawling into the kitchen cabinets and sitting outside the window for comfort. Jo wakes up late as usual to go to work 20 years later. Thus, she gets ready and departs for work where she works as a cleaner. Right then, she receives a call from the business where her brother Michael, who has autism, works. The manager arrives furious that Michael tampered with the company's information and gave the local media access to their private documents. He will be fired without compensation as a result of this. Jo is incensed, claiming that this is his 6th job, and the boss adds he is fortunate that no accusations of data theft are being brought against him. She gets another phone on the way out, this time from her place of employment, telling her that she would also be fired if she doesn't show up for work within 2 hours. Having no other option, she is forced to bring her brother with her. They must immediately board a bus when she tries to start her bike in a hurry to get to work, but it won't start. Regretfully, they board the incorrect transport and must quickly leave again to locate the correct one. Jeffrey and Gerald, the company's CEOs, join her in the elevator as she heads to work. In response to a pregnant woman joining in, Gerald jokes that the woman should be at home and seems appalled. Morgan argues that perhaps she wouldn't need to be here if they would pay her for maternity leave. After arriving late, Jo eventually meets her supervisor Derek, who gives her the task of cleaning the most difficult area of the tower. Noah joins her as she cleans the windows. Michael is under the watchful eye of a company security guard, but he is distracted. Michael takes advantage of the situation and begins prying into the business. A TV host is interviewing the CEOs, during which she reports on the expansion of the company's energy system and notes that they are hosting a gala for their shareholders this evening. Jeffrey seems to be the more intelligent one, discussing the advantages the business offers the world, while his brother Gerald only grunts in agreement. Of course. Looking around from the big building, Noah seems to really like Jo. He remarks, "All flesh is grass," and ponders what life was like before humans ruined the ecosystem. Derek stops them with a message stating that they must quickly clean up because the company's shareholders' party is almost here. After that, Noah expresses his worries about Michael and requests that she take him somewhere pleasant as soon as he gets off work. As they adorn Gala Hall, Gerald continues to take some happy powder. When Michael arrives late at night and tells her he wants to go home, Jo is still cleaning. Jo, on the other hand, says he must go wait on the ground floor while she finishes up, because her shift is not yet finished and his staying up here would result in her termination. Although Jo has essentially finished cleaning, Derek maintains that she still needs to clean a large number of windows. When Jo discovers that Derek has disconnected her from operating the elevator and intends to handle the control himself, she is left with no other option except to try to avoid becoming unemployed. In the meantime, a group wearing masks, possibly the gala performers, enters the structure. After cleaning is done, Jo contacts Derek and begs him to let her go. However, being a jerk has no end date, so he rejects her request and plans to punish her harshly for arriving late to work that day. At last, he pulls the lever. Jeffrey's brother Gerald becomes bored and drags his girlfriend to another room to engage in some naughty activities, while Jeffrey continues to speak about the company's growth over the years. After the masked men attack and kill Derek and the others in the control room, his body presses a lever, causing the lift to abruptly begin descending. A hacker who happens to be one of the masked men is able to take over the company's data and control system. The guys in masks abruptly unleash a gas into the event hall, knocking everyone out save for the crew, who wear gas masks to keep from fainting. Jo witnesses the cloaked guys begin phase 2 of their plan as soon as everyone in the building faints. She can only wait for assistance, though, as she is outside the building and cannot enter. Michael, meantime, dashes about and locates a secure area to hide in the interim. The disguised guys then bring together the company's stockholders and current employees and get them ready to make a crucial confession. While Z, the hacker, informs everyone that it will take 4 hours for the masked thugs to awaken, one of them pulls out some pistols and shows them to everyone. The leader of the group identifies himself as an activist with the Earth Revolutionists. Their propaganda is to protect Earth and its environment, and they oppose any individual or business that has an impact on it. They will question each of them individually and guarantee them freedom if they cooperate. Z ensures that nobody can enter the premises and that all radios are jammed. When the group gets together, they discover that Gerald, one of Milton's brothers, is the only one absent. One of them fractures his fingers to get his brother to talk after he refuses to answer their questions. Joe observes via the window as they wake him up and give him a breathing mask in his room. Gerald can't see the person outside the window, but he tries to alert his captor. He then removes his disguise to reveal that he is Joe's cleaning colleague, Noah. He brings Gerald along to join the others using a trolley. Joe tries calling out for assistance, but nobody can hear her because she is too far off the earth. In an attempt to improvise, she fastens her rope to the elevator and starts to drop. After taking off his mask, the masked group leader identifies himself as Blake and instructs everyone to maintain composure. Jeffrey believes they have come for money, but Noah hits him to make it obvious they haven't. Z then starts playing a film that exposes the business's years of unethical behavior. As it turns out, the corporation has been contaminating the planet and has been working with investors and the media to hide their awful practices that are seriously harming the ecosystem under the idea of being a green world supporter. One of their green life activists was later discovered dead after she set out to expose their harmful production. It was obviously the company's fault, but since they had the funds, they swiftly spread misleading information through the media, and the matter was not handled fairly, making the woman's death meaningless. Blake, however, asserts that the world will be aware of what they have done to the innumerable lives they have ruined today. Additionally, they will be released once their purpose is accomplished and the company's stock begins to decrease. When Jeffrey tries to buy off Blake, Noah becomes even more enraged and snatches a bottle of wine, pushing it down Jeffrey's throat until Blake has to quickly stop him. Blake cautions him to gather himself and keep their intentions in mind. Their goal is to transform lives, not to murder. As his gang pulls out strapped bombs, it becomes clear that Noah has other ideas. Joe discovers a jelly inside the lift's compartment, applies it to the window, and lights it up so that everyone on the ground floor can see an SOS alert. The police will now be arriving. When Blake finds out, he sends Noah right away to handle Joe. Gerald rushes to one of his rooms after noticing the diversion. After locating Joe, Noah instructs her to bring her up so he can concentrate on Gerald. When Blake tries to seize Gerald, his gun accidentally goes off and hits the glass instead. With a gun, Noah joins them and prepares to murder Gerald. Blake, however, advises him not to be foolish because they are almost at their destination. Instead, Noah shoots him right away, and Blake's supporters are also shot and murdered. Blake shoots Jeffrey in the leg, preventing him from running, and his body is flung out the window. Joe approaches Blake's body and seizes his phone and revolver. When Michael hears someone approaching, he immediately hides after arriving. Noah contacts the emergency number while posing as a hostage after hearing the police sirens. Noah threatens to murder her if she doesn't empty her clip on the street while using the pregnancy cleaner. As a result, the cops will listen to her, giving them some time inside. Since she has already been mentioned in the press as a suspect in the terror attack, the police helicopter quickly comes and positions a sniper at her while they wait for orders to ensure that the scenario buys them some time. To make it seem clear, Noah instructs Z to transfer $33 million from the business's account to Joe's. The scenario is explained to Detective GV as soon as he arrives. She was in the Marines at one point, according to Joe's profile, one of the investigating officers reveals. Although she passed the selection procedure, she was forced to resign after punching the spotter for attacking her. The investigator advises him to wait and not act hastily, because she posted an SOS sign alerting them to the situation, but the ground operations officer quickly joins in, waiting for her order to shoot Joe down. She couldn't possibly be one of the assailants. They learn at that point that she was given $33 million, and the men believe she should be eliminated, but the detective is adamant that they hold off a bit longer. Joe pulls out his phone and walks over to Blake's body. Joe is able to grasp on as the body falls off due to a sharp shock in the crane. Joe calls the detective shortly after, pleading with her to help keep her brother safe and warning her not to shoot. In the meantime, all of the Agnion Company's participants and stockholders are captured on camera, confessing one by one. As they delve deeper into the activist group, they come upon a video of Noah from his environmental activism years ago. Blake, a peaceful activist, participated in numerous missions to neutralize some of Aganion's activities without suffering any harm. After learning that Noah killed Blake, she labels him a terrorist. Noah receives electronic braces inside the structure that react to his movements. He gets 5 seconds to calm down if he's upset, after which it will explode, killing him and everyone else inside the building. Noah discloses that the hostages are still under confession when the investigator tries to persuade him to release them. He will then release a portion of them and the remainder following a clean passage. As they are bargaining, Noah sees several policemen coming toward the building and gives them 5 seconds to back off. When he sees them in position, he sets off a bomb that destroys the police officer. The detective discovers that the ground operations head ordered the guys to go out there behind her back, and she cautions him against trying it again. After hearing the news, Zai starts to question her decisions. Noah wants to go in and help his sibling, so he calls the investigator to let her know. The cops promptly identify an approaching threat and alert her about it. She moves quickly. She uses her childlike abilities to scale the windows and reach the other side before it explodes, but she is caught off unprepared by the blast. She instructs the sniper to shoot a hole through the glass so she may break in and enter the building with police support. The group and Noah have now been classified as terrorists by the media. With his brother's assistance, Joe manages to smash through the glass after numerous trials following the murders of the 5 police officers. As soon as they discover she is still alive, the crew pursues her. While the men look for them, the two hide in a generator room. Joe beats one of them by pressing his face against the steam pipe after managing to catch him off guard. When the second man tries to shoot, Michael, who has autism, strikes him in the head with his Thor hammer. The bad person throws him around, and this has no impact. When Joe notices this, instantly reaches for a gun to murder the first man and then shoots the second, killing them both. The final one corners them as they attempt to flee, but Joe is able to shoot at the steam pipe, making the villain scream in agony. However, she escapes unscathed, and a fight breaks out as the two women square up against one another. The villain is able to seize a gun, but he or she must wait for a short while. She is thrown out of the building and dies after autistic Michael tosses a grenade that detonates. Z prepares the video for the world to view, but Noah says in his speech that they will all be dead by the time they see it. She tries running because this isn't what she signed up for, and one of the men follows her and shoots. Joe arrives and kills him just as he is about to kill her. After Joe and Michael arrive in the control room, Michael successfully removes the tape before it is made public. After removing the evidence, she calls Noah to inform him that his plans are now in ruins. His acts and murders to date have now become pointless. On their way out of the premises, Michael steals the computer's hard disk. In order for the cops to infiltrate the building and pursue her, Joe provides Noah with her whereabouts. Because the entire structure collapses when Noah's pulse stops, the investigator advises the operation not to murder him. While the police reach the captives and defeat the villains, Joe is able to surprise one of them and murder him. Joe slashes his companion with a knife after discovering the other one checking on him. In the building, Joe discovers Noah waiting for her while seated. After a struggle breaks out, Noah initially gets the better of her and beats her to the ground. He then tries killing himself after she claims she doesn't have the desire. Joe manages to stop him, removing the rifle from his grasp and snatching the wrist bomb without him noticing. He informs Joe that she has lost while kicking him and clinging to him, but she shows him the pulse bracelet. When he attempts to ascend again, Joe pushes the rope, causing Noah to fall and die. The detective asks Joe for the drive because everything is now calm and safe, but Joe lies and claims they never had it. When she asks if she may keep the $33 million, the investigator reminds her that she must return it. Joe spends time with her brother during the days after the leaked video of the Milton brothers and the company's stockholders admitting their atrocities goes viral on social media and in the news. To ensure you never miss any updates on new videos, kindly click the bell icon and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.